To say that after we do the viewing platform ceremony, we're going to come back here, and Doug Bifford is going to, from the BC Parks, is going to talk about the Roderick Haig Brown Park and the story behind it. But I just wanted to acknowledge that this park was complicated in its making, in that it's a number of the pieces of property were purchased by the Nature Trust of BC and then became integrated into this park, and without their ability to do that, I don't think that the park would be the way it is today. And Frances Vise is here from the, she's a former director of the Nature Trust of BC, and I just wanted to recognize the contribution that Nature Trust of BC contributed to this park, and I expect that Doug Bifford will explain that when he's doing his talk later. So now I'd like to introduce the Honourable Todd Stone, Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure, MLA Kamloops South Thompson.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that introduction, and it's great to be here with all of you today. It's a pleasure to be here on the traditional territories of the Chopinic Nation as we celebrate this magnificent natural display, the Adams River Salmon Run, right here in Roderick Haig Brown Park. I bring greetings on behalf of a number of colleagues and friends. First, Environment Minister Mary Polak, who oversees the Parks and Protected Area System in British Columbia, as well as Health Minister and MLA for Kamloops North Thompson, Terry Lake. Should be pointed out actually that Terry Lake was the Minister of the Environment several years ago when he was here and taking in the salmon run with his wife. And I believe his exact words were, this is a bit of a mess and we can do a heck of a lot better. And he made this one of his top priorities to ensure that there was a provincial investment in upgrading the facilities here. I'd also like to recognize my fellow MLA and very good friend, Greg Kylo, who is here today, the MLA for Shuswap. For those who are visiting this popular provincial park for the first time, welcome. To those who have visited Roderick Haig Brown Park before, maybe attended the last salute to the Sockeye Festival in 2010, welcome back. The park has seen many changes in the past 4 years. The province has invested $1.2 million into reinvigorating this beautiful park. This multi-year construction project to enhance visitor experiences at the park just wrapped up, and I couldn't be more proud of the work that was done. I'd like to thank all of those involved in making this project a success. This includes support from the Adams River Salmon Society, the folks in charge of this wonderful event, and the Chopinic Nation and related community. As you look around, you will see all the new features in the park. This includes this much improved gathering place, a new viewing platform overlooking the river for a better view of the spawning salmon, a buffer zone between the Adams River and park facilities to better protect habitat, new trails, signs and displays, a hardening of surfaces, lowering grades, removing barriers and providing resting spots for greater accessibility, a smaller day use space better serving the needs of families and groups, and picnic tables. Every year, families from around the world visit Roderick Haig Brown Park to witness one of the largest sockeye salmon runs in North America. In fact, I think this year we're expecting somewhere between 200 and 250,000 people to make the trek. The completion of this capital project means Roderick Haig Brown Park will better meet the needs of not only festival goers but families who enjoy the diverse activities in this park year-round. This includes hikers, mountain bikers, snowshoers, skiers, and wildlife viewers, to name just a few. Benefits from this project will be seen for years to come. I hope you all enjoy the new facilities here in the park and the celebration as we salute BC's official provincial fish, the Pacific salmon. Thank you very much.
For those of you that are not from this area, we also have another salmon run that starts earlier in the fall than this one. It's the one at the Scotch Creek, and we often in September have a lot of trouble with our one-way bridge and people walking around on it as if it was a pedestrian bridge. I was hoping Craig Spooner was going to be here and that perhaps he might take Craig and Todd down to our bridge to have a look at it and talk about putting a viewing platform on it and making it a two-way bridge. Sorry, I just couldn't help that. Anyways, I'd like to now introduce Pacific Salmon Foundation CEO Brian RIddell. Thank you.
Well, Darlene, you have to seize the opportunities when they're presented, right? Well, this has been a couple of years coming for the foundation, and it's such a beautiful day, and with the beautiful run building, it's a great day for salmon. And I'm very happy to be on the stage with these people that help us all the time. And Todd and Terry Lake was a leader at the time, so when we went through about 2 years of getting the Pacific salmon as a group designated as the provincial symbol of fish. So that was also a great time for celebration. Today, though, is about the local park and about the Adams River Salmon Society and BC Parks. We worked with them over the past 2 years to contribute as much as we can to various projects, and so we're very, very pleased to see it all come together so nicely here. We will go down to the platform later. The platform was also contributed to by Rocky Mountain Railway, who also is a major economic stimulant to this sort of region, and Rocky Mountain Railway is being represented today by Allison Stewart, that you'll meet on the platform. We're very proud to have contributed to protecting salmon habitat, and we can see what happens very quickly when the habitat's not protected. So when we have these heavy winter floods and the banks are broken down and the vegetation's not there, then we end up with a $1.2 million refit. But it's been very well done, and I think you'll see that the new platform respects the salmon habitat, and I think that some of the comments made about protecting the habitat as you walk around really need to be kept in mind. We don't need to be walking down the banks and being in the river with the fish, that we do have to, as we say, respect the fish and these habitats. We will continue to support the park development as we go on. I'm sure that we'll find things that still need to be done, excuse me. But I did want to point out that with Colin's assistance a couple of years ago, with the minister's assistance, the money that you have received for the park comes actually through the recreational fisheries conservation stamp. So if you go fishing in the tidal waters and you buy the salmon stamp, these people were integral in getting all the money from the stamp back to BC. That action alone increases the grants that we can give to the communities by over $1 million. And so some of that you were fortunate to receive right here, and we'll continue to see how we can assist in the future. I'm glad that Darlene brought up Nature Trust. We work with them in many ways, but they were one of the key people in the very beginning, back in 1976 when they started buying up property. So I wanted to recognize them as well. And if we're doing little opportunities, little digs, I think the one thing that we can do here to really take this to the next step, under the new Fisheries Act, we have ecologically significant areas and we could certainly start to work to recognize the Adams River as probably one of the first in Canada. You could not possibly have a more ecologically significant area than the Adams River. So anybody that lives here understands the value of this. The minister sitting here saying, I knew that damn guy was going to do something. So we'll see what we can do for you on that as well. So I look forward to 4 years from now, and congratulations to the Society. It's been a wonderful 2 years, and I'm very glad to see it come together, and thanks to the province in a big way.